Netflix, but for gaming. Could the streaming giant really be getting into the video game industry? And after months of harassment and death threats, Minecraft YouTuber Dream finally admits to his crimes to the Minecraft community. We've got all of that and more on this week's episode of The Weekly Geek. Terry, roll the clip. Hello AAC Universe and welcome back to The Weekly Geek. I'm your host Grand Admiral Joey and thank you for living life animated. If you're new here to the Animated Apparel Company YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe and smash that bell notification button. New episodes of The Weekly Geek come out every single Friday, bringing you the best geek news from the week past. For the first bit of geek news, Nintendo has just recently won a $2.1 million lawsuit against RomUniverse. Matthew Storman owned and operated RomUniverse.com, which allowed users to download from an extensive library of games from the Nintendo Switch and other copyright properties. Storman generated between $30,000 and $36,000 by offering his customers games from $20 to $60, or they could also buy a premium account which allowed for unlimited speeds and downloads for only $30 a year. Nintendo claimed that the ROM site, which was the largest amongst many like it, was misrepresenting their brand and trademark and filed the lawsuit in September 2019 for a very fair amount of, $11 million. Just this week, a judge in California ruled in favor of Nintendo, not granting them as much as they had reached for, but still $2.1 million is still a pretty good amount of gold coins. If you don't know, ROMs, or read-only memory, is the storage data of a game that has been ripped on your computer, similar to how you might rip a CD in iTunes for use on your Apple device. To play a ROM, you need a program called an emulator, which basically emulates a console's programming, which drives the ROM. You need both to play a game like Super Mario World for the NES on your Android phone, but there's a lot of gray areas on whether owning a ROM and emulators for personal use is illegal or not. However, if you rip a ROM and distribute it rather than personally using it, especially when you're trying to get money for it, you're basically writing your name on a dotted line for a hefty lawsuit fine when it comes to copyright infringement and hurting the market value. Although it's uncommon for downloaders and users to be directly prosecuted, it's a lot easier for these distribution sites to be taken down and prosecuted if they don't comply with takedown notices. And there's really two sides of this coin, as some might argue about how it's affecting Nintendo's market if the game like Super Mario World isn't available on mobile devices. Literally, no matter how much money I have, there's no way for me to purchase Super Mario World from Nintendo on my mobile device, so am I hurting the market that doesn't exist? Possibly. It's similar to like how Disney locks away their classics in the Disney Vault instead of allowing them to always be available on the market. This rises the demand as it becomes more available for a limited time or for special releases. But I want to hear from you. Do you think ROMs should be allowed on platforms that don't have a market? Is $2.1 million too steep for what the crime was committed? Do you think Nintendo is going to recover from losing, $30,000 a year? Let us know in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. Next up, the streaming giant Netflix is gearing up to enter the video game industry. There's been several reports that Netflix has approached senior game industry executives about joining and developing a platform for a subscription-based game service. Right now, the platform could be expected to launch as soon as 2022, but it's not clear on what the titles will be for the platform, but we can probably expect Netflix properties like Stranger Things, Black Mirror, and Dark Crystals to make the roster. It's also not determined yet whether it will be a cloud-based platform such as Google Stadia, or if you'll have to download each game and app directly from the game's platform. And as more unfolds about this platform, I'll be keeping everyone updated, so stay tuned. Let's take a moment and pay some bills to keep the lights on in this place, so make sure you head over to Animated Apparel Company right now. We've got all of your officially licensed merch from anime, comics, 90s cartoons, Marvel, DC. We've got it all. A link to the site is below, so check that out for all of your fully licensed merch. Last week, we announced a specific product on our shop that has a higher discount code than any other merch discount. That product was the Friends Central Perk Coffee logo shirt, and thank you to everyone that used the offer code WeeklyGeek to get your item. As of today, the offer is no longer available on that shirt, but don't worry, I've got another awesome product for you to check out. This week's Weekly Geek product is a white grid TMNT t-shirt rocking your favorite kung fu fighting turtles. This Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt features a graphic grid showcasing each turtle and their vibrant colors, and it's sure to get the attention of any TMNT fan. Grab your shirt while this is still in stock using the offer code WeeklyGeek to get 30% off. And before we jump back into the news, I just want to mention that our wonderful AAC team brings you freshly served content 3 times a week for a small price of being absolutely free. Just remember to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on Aaron talking about superheroes and Disney now, Ash talking about anime, Jake talking about Nintendo, and I cover Star Wars and your favorite geek show. In Minecraft news, one of the most popular YouTubers with 23 million subscribers, Dream, recently came out and admitted to modding his record-setting speedruns. Near the end of 2020, Dream came under fire as users began to expect that he had unusually high drop rates of two specific items, Ender Pearls and Blaze Rods, which are needed for players to complete the game as quickly as possible. Because of there being so much attention brought to this stream around the claims, moderators at speedrun.com, where Minecraft speedrun records are posted, analyzed the data of his stream and concluded that Dream's luck was unfathomably small. Basically, to get the drop rate that Dream had, he would have had to have gotten 1 in 177 billion chances, and that is an incredibly hard task to pull off. Dream went on to defend himself by commissioning a rebuttal report from an astrophysicist through a science consulting company called Photo Excitation. But even at face value of the rebuttal, Dream's hired astrophysicist estimated the original 1 in 177 billion down to only 1 in 10 million. The arguing went on for months, and Dream kept on defending himself from accusations of cheating and other online harassments. But as of just last week, Dream sent out a lengthy tweet explaining that after further investigation, he discovered that he had been using mods during his run that allowed him to increase his chances of these items dropping. Dream basically summed it up and said that the mods that he had been using were from other videos and they had accidentally been brought over into this game client where he was doing the speed run. And he had these mods on just to help speed up the game during his challenge videos on his channel. Dream says that he didn't have any intentions of cheating, and he felt really terrible for the mods because he had dragged them through the mud even though they were mostly right. And after many months of drama, the Minecraft community is ready to move on and forgive Dream for his mistakes and overlookings. And I'm bringing you this story because I was following it at the beginning of the year, and I was on Dream's side thinking, man, I don't think that this guy actually cheated, but I guess he did. Even though he didn't mean it, it's still, I mean, what do you do as a fan? So now I want to ask you, are you a fan of Dream, and do you just look past this mistake and keep supporting him? Do you think Dream quickly jumping to defend himself is justifiable? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. And for the last bit of geek news, gamers far and wide are being called on and recruited to bring a friend and get paid to game. That's right, this summer, the website frontierbundles.com is offering you and a friend $2,000 to play video games for 21 hours per person and log your experience. Frontier is gathering research to see if you play better with your friend along your side in action, or if you're more focused alone. All you have to do is send in one application for you and a friend. Winners will be sent a swag bag with a Nintendo Switch Lite, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing New Horizons, a Nintendo Switch Online membership, access to NES games with a Nintendo Online account, and plenty of snacks for you and your gaming adventures. Sounds like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so jump on that while you can. And that is going to be all for this episode of The Weekly Geek. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on these topics, as I'm super interested in hearing from the AAC universe. And if you want to check out our most recent videos, our anime expert Ash dropped a video this week about 5 animes for animal lovers, and Aaron brings us thoughts on the new Disney Cruella movie, and you can find that right there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in next week's Weekly Geek. Bye!